Okay. Look, y'all, our stream is working on time. It is working on time. Please let us know if you can hear us all. So, mic test 1 2 1 3. Welcome in, everybody. Main.lua, welcome in. And Za, and of course, Ash is here with me. Thank you so much for being here in the chat and
Happy to
on
be
the
here.
stream, too. And, I'm so excited for this stream today because I love these wonderful ladies so much and they're doing so many good things and I'm just happy to see them happy. And we're going to talk about everything today, learn a little bit about them, their content creation journey, and so much more in store. I'm just so excited. My face hurts.
Oh,
My face hurts. It
I'm
hurts. And then
happy to
I
be
popped into
here.
the call and I have purple lipstick. And then Frasley has purple lipstick. Not planned, by the way.
No, not
We
mine at
look
all.
great. We
Oh,
look great.
yes, we do.
And I just was left out of the memo. It was
Yeah,
available.
but you look great, so
Yes.
Thank you.
I love it.
Oh, look
But
amazing.
yeah, we're just gonna run through intros. Again, I'm Ashley. I am Tiltify's community manager. I'm also known as Miss Ash Rocks. And for now, y'all can call me Miss Ash because we got another Ashley in the building.
Sorry.
No, don't be. Ashleys are stronger together. We are stronger
Yes.
together. So enough about me. Y'all know about me already. So we're gonna throw the round of introduction to Frazley. Please tell us a little bit about you, your content creation journey, and share your pronouns with us.
Hi, I'm Frazley. I'm a variety streamer. Pronouns are she, her, and I've been streaming since 2016, and I love doing it because it's fun to create communities, talk with people, and through Tiltify, doing good work.
Yeah, because we're gonna talk about Frazley and
Oh,
their lovely Skyrim
oh yes, yes.
fundraising.
I'm still laughing at that.
Yeah,
Excited.
Frasley did some crowd control fundraising recently, and I had a blast screwing over their game. It was it was great. Okay, but thank you for the intro, my love. Thank you, thank you. We're gonna throw it to you, Ash. Tell us a little bit about you, content creation journey, and share your pronouns.
Okay. I'm the worst. There you go. And done. That's
Oh
it. No,
no.
No, no.
okay. Let's say I'm Ash, and I guess I've been at it for 4 years now. Just started on a whim, and then next thing you know, found community, found friends, and stuck with it ever since. Just play a lot of DBD and do a lot of fundraising stuff, and just happy to be here and living my best life. So, yeah.
You're doing awesome. I'm so proud of you, Ash.
Aw,
Like
thank you.
I know you for so long. It feels like good
It's
grief.
it's been ages. Because it's what I guess since Saint Jude Play Live. It's I think the
Yes,
first time. Yeah, and
27, 8,
I- we've
17,
it's been
18,
a while. 18, I think.
2018. I want to say 18.
Yeah.
That was when I
So we've been
first met
missing
you.
out on them for so long now. Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, right? Gosh, I want to meet the kids and their families
Yeah, it's
and
the
go feed them
truth. It's
food.
such an experience.
Gosh, Play Live is amazing. Frasley, have you been to Play Live? Did you get the
No, but
chance
I
to?
I want to go.
Hopefully soon once the world
Hopefully.
opens up and it's safe again, because of course I understand those kids are already going through so
Absolutely.
much. They don't need COVID involved. Okay, they
No.
don't. So
God, no.
really the world needs to be squeaky clean before that happens again. So I am
That's the
hoping we
truth.
get to have Play Live again. I miss it so much. It is a great experience for Asley. Like you don't even understand. And I had the opportunity to feed the kids and their families. Oh, okay. I just want to cry all over
Mhm.
again.
No feels. I'm
I remember.
so jealous of all the like
Yeah.
actual personal connections that people got to make there.
Yeah.
Because it was my first year there, so I just got to do the tour. That was
Mhm.
it. That was everything, and it's like cool. I can't wait for next year. Oh wait, here we
Oh,
are. It's
wait. Here we are.
sometime.
Right?
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, but it's okay. Well, down the line, I'll come back. But
yeah.
thank you to both of you for your lovely intros. They were very short, because they don't want to talk about themselves, but I could
No.
spend the entire stream just talking about them. But I'm gonna give them the floor. So it's okay. I am here for them, but they're really here for me. But you know,
Yeah, win-win.
you get it, chat.
Yeah.
Win-win, okay? First off, I want to say hello to all these lovely new chatters. Hi, Farrell, by the way, my lovely moderator and best friend. Hello. Hi, Grandma Aggie, Jade Knight, and Archeo. I hope I'm saying that right. Welcome in. Beautiful,
Arco.
beautiful new faces. Wait, how is it said?
I thought we're just Arco.
Or Arca. Okay. I like
Arco. Yeah.
Archeo. RKO. RKO. Okay. Anyway, okay. Arcic's cute too. I like either way. But thank you everybody for being here. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow our channel here. We are live twice a week. I usually do makeup streams with Ashlina or gaming streams and fun little community chats like this and interviewing different charities and creators. So next week we have a chat with Stonewall Foundation about their Turf Wars event, which I'm very,
Ooh.
very excited to chat about. So
Yes.
that starts on the 24th, and I believe it's till the end of March. So make sure you sign up to fundraise for Stonewall Foundation, y'all. Get in there. But yes, that's what we have planned for next week and so much more in the future. Again, Frasley and Ash, thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited to hear your stories and
Yeah.
get to know a little bit more about you both because I just see all of you, doing amazing things on Twitter, but now we get to really chat and build a relationship. So I'm happy. So we're chatting with two powerful trans women. Okay. And I'm just happy to
Yes.
give them a platform to talk because they deserve it. And it's Women's History Month and they are women. So if you
Thank
have
you
a
for
problem with
that.
that, you can
Trans
leave.
women are women.
Absolutely.
If you have a problem with that, you can leave and stay away because I don't like that energy.
Appreciate that.
All right. This is my channel. Well, it's Tiltify's channel, but this is my channel. Okay.
You own
So
it. It's yours. No, no, no.
Yeah,
You
it's
yeah,
got
yeah.
mine.
this is yours
It's
now.
mine. And I'm going to give you a safe space for you all to chat at all times. So trans women are women and there's no further discussion. Sorry. Doesn't need to be any further discussion. But I wanted you both to talk about when did you know you wanted to transition and give us a little bit background about your journey so far, if you like. And we can start with Frasley.
So the initial start was I was 4, and I at 4 realized I wasn't a man, and I or a boy. I was like, why didn't God make me a woman? Because I was at the time very religious, and my family shut it down for so many years because they didn't want me to go against God's wishes. So 2020, I had been like really like masking all these feelings, being like, okay, I'm just gonna become like macho man. I mean, and like full man. Then 2020, I had to face my demons literally, and I was like, these feelings I've had for so many years, let's explore those. And I started exploring into like thinking, okay, maybe I'll go from he him to they them to kind of be like agender non-binary. And I was like, okay, now they have the ability to like to remove my gender from my clothing. I want to try wearing some stuff. I'm like, ooh, I like dresses. Not that dresses are specifically only for women, but I really like dresses, and I started really embracing like dresses and a lot of femininity. And then one of my friends said, "Hey, just try she her pronouns just for a little bit. Is it okay if I was like, sure." Really loved it, and that's kind of when those feelings at 4 really came back, and I was like, "No, I'm a woman. For me, am a woman, and I have just biology and like and all that had put me in the wrong body." So that's really how I embraced it at that moment.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still talking.
No, no, no.
I was like, I'm into this. Let's go.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, you're done. Sorry, I was just looking
No,
at
no.
you. I'm like,
Oh.
wow, what a
Mm.
what a story and what a journey. You had a lot of trial, and now
And
you're finally where you want to
Yeah.
be. How
and
does that feel for you?
it feels really good because it feels good to finally be myself. I'm now in my own apartment, free from my parents who still they they love me, but they still don't accept me. I'm finally free of them and free to be myself. Twitch was a huge part of that journey because I got to go live, and once I had the courage to change to my audience, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna try different clothing, different expressions. I'm just gonna like be vulnerable with you." I have obviously lost some followers who didn't like that I talked about gender and all that all the time, but hey, it's my channel.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
well.
Yeah.
Twitch let me be safe this way, and I'm happy. Like I'm finally happy with myself, and even I've made gender and identity a big part of my brand, and a big part of like helping people explore themselves. And I've had so many of my like chatters ask themselves, "Hey, I think I'm non-binary," or "Hey, I think I'm agender. I think I'm gender fluid. I think I'm a trans. I think I'm trans woman. I'm trans masc, trans femme," and it's just been so cool seeing people experience that. I've even had cis individuals really embrace their identity as well. So like I letting people really find out who they are, what makes them feel so comfortable, and that's just I've loved that part of it. That like my brand is I want you to be the fullest of who you are.
I love that. That is beautiful. I wanna cry because
Oh
you're putting so much time into your community and creating that safe space for them and sharing your experience, and I think that's amazing, and you are so confident in telling your story, and you love yourself, and I love that. I love that. Never change. Keep loving yourself, and there's gonna be people that are crappy.
yeah,
Other words I wanna say, but they're crappy. We'll say crappy for today.
that sounds good.
They're
But
things.
to them, they are things. They are people that are interesting, okay?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Um,
even announcing I had announced that I was part of Twitch's History Month this month, and
oh
some of the
gosh.
vile comments I saw on Twitter, I'm like, "Gee, you you can spend your time doing way much more than attacking me." But you know what? I'm just gonna keep being beautiful and being myself, and I'll block you and not even respond.
I was just talking about this yesterday. I think I talk about it every day. Like trolls and just discussing people, they literally have to think about what they're saying, type it out, post it, and
Yeah.
be okay with that.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. It's gross. That takes too much energy. I literally have no time to troll, even if I wanted to.
Exactly.
That's my thing.
I
I've
don't
always
have the
said
time.
I'm jealous of them. I wish I had the time on a Friday night to waste doing
I
that and just being
know.
like, what do I
Yeah.
want to do today? I'll go around trying to make someone feel bad. Like, man, I
I f
wish I was that bored.
I
I
feel
I
wish
bad
I
if I
had
make
that
right?
somebody
spare
feel
time.
bad, like, I'll make people feel bad, not on purpose, but, like, and I'm like, I'm still, like, somewhere like, ugh, because I don't like being confrontive. I'm just like, "I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be quiet here and be like, yeah, mhm." I I've even had in, like,
Oh.
in relationships, it's hard for me to
Oh.
talk about some of the big stuff because I'm just like, I don't wanna make the person feel bad. I'm just gonna be like, "Mhm."
Yeah. And I'll just do it day in, day out. I don't know how.
Yeah.
It's always blown me away. Because I've even said it before too. Because I stream a lot on weekends. So it's like you'll have them come in and it's like it's a Saturday night. You could be doing something with friends, hanging out, going on for
Working,
dates,
making money,
something, working,
Exactly.
anything. And this is what you're doing
eating.
time. Like you had to,
I
it's
don't
like you
know.
said, you had to type it out, sit there, think about it, hit enter, and say, "This is what I want to post."
Like, I
I'm
really have to think
on a
about it. I'm like, what do they
Saturday.
do? They go to marginalized communities purposely and do these things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
'cause
don't get it.
m
I
my biggest
Making
don't.
joy
kids.
Like like
Ugh,
like, I my biggest joy is doing whatever I can to amplify marginalized communities. And I'm not just saying that to be performative. It really is, like, it brings me joy when am able to see somebody be empowered, to, like, embrace who they are to the fullest.
Absolutely.
That makes me happy. I love that, and I'm like, I'm gonna live a much more fulfilling life than those trolls will ever live
Yeah,
because I'm uplifting somebody, making them feel better about themselves, and wanting to be the best that they can be, and have that confidence, that courage. So, I get very passionate
absolutely.
about that.
Yeah, I just
Absolutely.
oh, whatever. I wish them the best and hope they heal from whatever they're
Yeah.
going through.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say, you know?
Truth.
But yeah, block those individuals and move on. Protect your
Yeah.
peace because they just hate to see you being happy as you wanna
Yeah.
be. They want you to be miserable. Why would you transition? Why would you do that? Do you want me to be miserable for the rest of my life and
Yeah.
not love myself?
Yeah.
I I'm speaking for you and I shouldn't be, but I would imagine that's how you feel too. So,
Absolutely. Because
I'm not taking your voice. I want
oh
y'all to
no.
speak, but I just yeah, it bothers me.
That's really. So I'll
This
save
whole
mine
stream
for when I share my story. 'Cause yeah,
yeah,
I can talk
we're
on
gonna
that
throw it to
specifically.
you. We're gonna throw it to you
Oh, I
now. It
didn't
is
mean
your
to
turn
make
this
that as a
time.
motion to do
Oh
so.
no, it's your
No,
time.
no, no, it's your turn, hun. It's your turn.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I didn't mean for that. Okay. Well,
No, you're fine. No, you're fine.
um, gosh, I had hints about that I knew I wanted to transition all my life. I just never accepted them. Because I remember asking, even when I was 6, I remember asking my mother once, like, "Hey, if I was a girl, what would you have named me?" And that's actually how I chose my name, Ashley. Was that was one
Oh,
of the names. I actually can't say the other one because I'll end up doxing a friend because we both unanimously hate that name. So it's like I don't want to dox them. So there was another one, but um, that's what it ended up being, and it just went for years because I grew up in Houston and in the South, where it was
oh,
unfortunately it was very transphobic, very
oh,
homophobic,
yeah.
and very racist. And that's what the environment I grew up in. So I will unfortunately admit, like I grew up that way. That's what I was, and I hated it. It wasn't until I got out and started going to college. It was like, why do I feel this way? Why do I think this way? What the is wrong with me? And I just realized like I just needed to get away from it. It's kind of one of those things where I never wanted to return back. And I'm not saying that's all of
Yeah,
Texas. It's just where I came, that was the environment. So I just don't want to go back. I'm avoiding it forever. But I just for years it was always I just kind of sat and I just kind of cursed it, going, if only I'd just been born in the other body, it would have been so much easier. And kind of there was times where things got dark. As it kind of mentioned, that's what I was going to bring up is the times where it's like, I wonder if life's kind of is a video game. Maybe reincarnation's thing. Maybe I'll just respawn. Maybe I can pick a different body then. And so there's some times that suicidal thoughts entered, and I had some rough points. And ironically enough, it got to a point. I think I'm trying to remember the order of things. I think the first order was it was actually that same St. Jude Play Alive that I had actually met for the first time someone who is openly trans. Um, and I'll just say names. It was Bloody. I actually met Bloody. Sat at a table. We got to talking, and when we were there, it was. I remember sitting at the table, completely dumbfounded because it was just you're trans, and again, coming from that southern background, it's like I don't like I can't tell. And it's one of those things that should never be a thought, but that's the environment I grew up in. And so it's just that moment of like earth shattering, like, wait, hold on. People can transition actually works. Hang on, wait, hold on. No, this is not. And it just, everything in my world fell apart. And so you fast forward to about August, and we were doing a fundraiser for Troy Love in Our Arms for Tiltify. And we got into our first ever mental health chat, just talking about life and what everyone was going through. At the very end of the night, I mean, I didn't expect anyone to talk, but we had people just sharing the biggest struggles they'd ever been through. And it got finally to
um,
the point of the night, it's like, well, everyone was honest with me. I guess I'll talk about myself. And I shared my dysphoria that I've always had and gender dysphoria. And at the time, everyone's like, why don't you transition? No, I can't do that. It's I'm too old. It'll never take. It won't work because I'm now 36. Um, and at the time when I was going to start, I was 34. It's like, no, it won't work. I'm too far gone. And over the next like 4 or 5 months, friends kind of harped on me like, don't. That's not true. Please, you should really look into this. And it took a friend sending me actually some PowerPoint slides because I'm a scientist. I'm a climate scientist. And so someone talking about the science of things behind it and the method that they take. And now actually that person is my doctor.
Oh, nice.
um, and so it was just one of those things like I remember actually getting in trouble at work, like listening to these little PowerPoints and just like, okay, so this is what goes into, all right, well, I guess I'll think about it. And then it took a few months to finally try to see a psychiatrist because I thought I
Yeah.
needed a permission, which was wrong. But I thought I needed some kind of professional to tell me that I could. Um, to then finally start up in August. And so it's been going about a year and a half now. And yeah, never happier. And it's just crazy.
Wow.
And
It's been a run. But at
and
that
and
kind of point of sorry, I say
oh, no.
at that point of just kind of like kind of tearing down and just that feel that moment of just kind of it's either I'm gonna transition or life just isn't worth living because that's how miserable I was.
I need to add on to that, Ash.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
like you resonate with me. Like I said, I've left my background because
yeah,
of the homophobia, the racism, all the transphobia, all that in my background, and
yeah.
I will like be with my family sometimes, but I'm away from them because like I can't deal with any of that. And my my darkest times were that 19 to 27, and those are times I had some of the similar thoughts. So like I resonate, Ash.
100%. I resonate too. Because yeah, same thing. My family's disowned me. They have long since left. I remember coming back, and it was they wanted me to come back for Christmas to see my niece and nephews because their birthdays are on then, and it was the well, you can come down, but you don't need to do all that girl stuff.
Oh, and like no, I'm not gonna like
Okay, this is me. I don't
yeah.
like. Oh, you're still living your alternative lifestyle. Okay. So I just
Oh.
we had a big falling out. I talked to them about it and told them it's like y'all are the most anti-LGBT people I have ever met. They hung up on me and we didn't talk for like a couple weeks until finally I was begged to come home. I played nice and I don't know that I'm going back ever again. We don't really talk anymore. It's been it. So I feel that. Yeah, it's like you just sometimes you have to cut people off and unfortunately sometimes it ends up being family that just gets completely utterly cut off.
Yeah, because like, family should be one of the ones that should be there for you,
Yeah.
supporting you the most, and in
Truth.
many cases, they have a preconceived notion of who we are, and it's like, "No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because like, my dead name, they were like
Yeah.
they prayed over that dead name, and they were like and I was like, "I'm sorry, that name never felt good to me." Even when I was that macho man, I never felt
Same.
that name. I can say my new name, it's not Frasley, it's like a different name. I can say that name and say it without any, like, any hesitation, but I never could say the other name.
Feel that.
So
And I meant to say I resonated that with that too, because there's that time in there where you like you try to it's like you try to overcompensate, like, I'll be a man's man. I'm
yeah,
into all kinds of things. Yeah. You're like, this is not
like
working.
like, for the longest time, like, "Oh, I'm a man and I love women." I mean, now I love women and men and all that. I have to, like, get to know them because of the Demi side of me, but, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, I love I can never like men, and then I'm watching a movie last night with a man, and I'm like, "Ooh."
No, I feel
Gosh.
that. I
I
laugh and it's a part of this story I can't tell because it's mildly inappropriate, but there's like that one moment in my life where it's like I had that brief moment like, this is what it feels like to be a man. And I remember thinking, like, this is supposed to feel grander. I hate this. This doesn't feel right. And this is, I don't, and it was fleeting. It was one of those things like, this isn't it. This is
yeah,
awful.
I
Yeah.
understand. I understand.
So it was a moment of just like, huh, this is not
You're like,
fitting. This is not,
I don't like how this feels."
no.
No.
I totally get you. I know what you
And
mean. I
and
get
I
you.
don't want to. I don't want to talk. I don't really want to take that
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wrong way. I
yeah.
think I'm talking to like, oh yeah, all men. No, no, no.
No.
Just it didn't fit me.
Yeah.
Me. Right.
Yeah,
Yep, and we have people in chat. Arca says, "That's a stigma. You're never, ever too old to
the
transition.
truth.
No.
You're never too young to know
Absolute
that you're
truth.
trans."
And like, and some individuals don't know that they're older, some individuals do know, and it's like each transition journey is different. And I always like to say, I am never going to be a trans medicalist. I will never believe that somebody has to be on hormones or surgery to transition,
Absolutely.
because
Truth.
every person's transition is up to them and what how far they want to go. And and that's the cool thing about being trans. You are the one in charge of your transition and your story and what you wanna be, and you're even in charge of your expression. If you wanna be a woman, but I have a beard, you can do it. You can do it
Mhm.
because it's all part of what you wanna do.
Yeah. Gosh, this society is just so toxic, especially on
Oh, it is.
TikTok, like towards trans
Oh,
individuals. It's so disgusting. I
It
just
gets that
I'm
way. YouTube's been that way too lately, and I'm just
mhm.
like, oh, cool. But then like I found it too, and it's weird that they'll be really toxic towards folks in the trans community. They'll even be toxic to non-binary people, and it's
I
just like,
know.
really? I
I was
don't.
watch I was
it's
watching
because they're
a
just
YouTuber.
yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. I was watching a
No, you
YouTuber
go.
for years, and then I saw this YouTuber. He like was making fun of trans people. Like, I'm sorry, you're gone. And like I unsubscribed and I removed all support from him because he was somebody I had watched for years, and that's always the hardest thing is the people that like even some of the big names you would expect. Again,
Oh yeah,
I'll put it out there. There's a whole fandom that I grew up on. I visited the damn park so many times. Sorry for cursing, but I visited the park so many times. I have so much merchandise. I want to play the game. I'm not going to because I don't play anymore. But they're like there's a whole fandom I had to cut myself off to because of the author and all that. It's like it's so hard being trans and not
yeah,
having you think you have support, then you don't. I left the
yeah.
job because I thought I had support from my manager. Found out not, so I left. It's oh frustrating. Mm.
It is. It really is, and
Yeah.
you never know where it's going to hit you from. Where it's just like,
No.
oh, I thought you would have been okay with. All right, well, see ya. I guess it's frustrating. Yeah,
There's a lot of emotion from me. Your families.
yeah,
I just ugh, I I'm sorry. That's all I have to say is I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your families are so stuck on different religions and all these different mindsets that they just can't love you for you and how
yeah.
you want to be. I really am sorry, but sometimes you have to just cut people away that
Absolutely.
don't love you and they're not good for you. Especially your birth mom, your dad. It's just sad. It really is sad. But that's why we have Twitch and online communities to keep us comfort, and you build your own community and you surround yourself with people that love you for you and want to support you and your passion and
Yeah,
everything else you want to do. But I am truly sorry, and I can't imagine waking up every day like I can't call my mom because she hates me or whatever it may be. I'm so sorry. 'Cause I'm just thinking about me. I'm like, if I decided to do that and me and my mom are like this and just completely stop talking to me because of something I wanna do that would be better for me and I'll be happier as a human being, that would just yeah, no.
yeah.
No. Nope. Nope.
It's
I'm here for both of you, and I love you so
yeah,
much. I love you both so much, and we're all here for you. And this is your safe space.
yeah.
And I'm happy that you're telling us about your journey so far. It is hard to talk about, but I really appreciate you both. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Appreciate you and
And
appreciate the
again,
Yeah.
space.
again, you are loved here. Always. Okay. Don't
Absolutely.
ever think
It's
otherwise. And you know
it,
what,
oh,
Ash?
sorry.
I wanted to ask you
Okay.
about your name, Ash versus the world. How did you come
Ooh.
up with that? Because I feel like I think I know, but
I
I'm not sure.
mean, it was a mix of things, and it definitely was starting off as the like I used to do Devik's life, and it was just weather life because I climate science, and I was like, I need something that's just more me. Because before too, people didn't know what the name even meant, and there's a lot of things I needed to get away from it. And so it was a lot of these things of like I remember we bounced around a lot of ideas before between me and the mods. It was like, oh, we could do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then finally it just kind of Ash versus the World was kind of one of those things because I was a big fan of Scott Pilgrim versus the World back in the day.
Yes.
Mhm.
Um and it's just it was one of those things that always kind of resonated with me. You know, it is just sometimes it feels like it's just me versus everyone and everything
Yeah.
because it's just I've had a lot of frustrations over my life, over streaming even. where it just kind of sometimes it feels like I'm always backed into a corner, having to just take on everything, and so it just kind of fit.
Yeah,
So
that's exactly what
that's what
I
we kind of
thought.
landed
Okay.
on. Yeah,
Yep. Wow. I
absolutely.
love
And
it.
candles is
Yeah.
taken. So it's funny. It became a nickname over years. So like one of these days, if candles ever just became free, I might because it's nice and short. But I don't
You
know
know,
if I
take
ever move
candle.
away from it. It's the hard part though, is because like it's tough though, because I don't know if I could ever move away from like I like that just mantra of just sometimes you gotta take on the world and it feels like it's you by yourself. Kind of like with parents and like not having them to really fall back on. It's just at the end of the day, it's just me and the family that I've made online and through my personal life. That's what I got. So
Well,
definitely, yeah.
you got us. You got
I
us
appreciate
forever.
that.
So that's for sure.
Yeah.
And wow. That I just yeah, it just hurts. It just hurts me to hear, honestly. I
Which
don't
part?
like
For
a,
everything.
a, a baby you push out of you or get cut out of you,
Oh
either
yeah.
way. I want to love that human for the rest of my life with my whole heart.
I
So I just can't imagine people that do that, but they
Yeah.
it's
exist,
It,
and it frustrates the heck out of me. Like, whatever you want to do, baby, I'm here. I got you. I want you to be you in your best
absolutely.
fashion. Be the
that's the
best
best
version of
parent
you.
because like it's why I struggle with like gender reveal parties because it sounds like a tangent, but it's like I struggle with setting expectation on a kid because the kid will might turn out to be cis, but you never know. I mean, I'm finding more and more people at work who are non-binary, who are agender, gender fluid, gender queer, and it's like finding out more people that are trans, and it's like let each kid realize who they are and don't put a preconceived notion on 'em. I still believe every kid should be given a free legal name change at 18 because give yourself time to find a name that really suits you, and then everything can change, and because in that way you are all good. I know a parent that they're gonna give their kid a name change at 18 because they wanna give them time, and they're gonna pay for it. I mean, that's also a very nice thing, but yeah, it's like
Yeah,
putting each as you said, Ash, it's it's that the kid you love and in a time when they need the most love when they're transitioning. And sometimes parents aren't there.
yeah.
What
And it
advice
can
would you give parents if they want to support their child at the beginning of their transition and throughout? Like, what advice would you give them to support their child? We can start with Ash.
okay. Yeah, because I don't want to jump in and interrupt.
No, you're good.
With it, I mean, honestly, the biggest thing I think is just hearing them out and listening to them. And then when it comes down to it, it's one of those things. It's simple to ask them like, okay, what pronouns would you prefer to go by? Okay, and to work with it. And the fact of the matter is to be, or even a different name, and to work with it. Because at the end of the day, too, it's one of those things of it's okay to make mistakes. I think a lot of people put too much pressure on themselves. Like I got to get right, otherwise it's all going to go wrong. It happens. It happens. People still occasionally close friends will randomly refer to me as he or call me by an old name, and that's fine. It's not unless it's done intentionally and maliciously, it doesn't matter. And so it's one of those things of just starting that step of trying to kind of reprogram yourself is a great first step. And then beyond that, it's just I think really and coming back from my kind of what's the word like background. Come back from my background with kind of that like I have a very racist and homophobic family. Uh, for them, it would have been nice if it's just a simple thing of just whenever they want to talk to you about, hey, here's a problem I see with this and the ideology behind this or that, and just having an open, civil conversation and being able to hear them out and say, okay, I hear you. Here's the thing I have a hard time with, and being able to have the back and forth. I think that is the biggest thing a parent could ever do. Because that's my big frustration I
Communicating.
have is with my folks. Because mine, they'll say some of the most ridiculous things. And when I try to say, that's not how that works, well, I know someone and that's how they do. So that's how it is. Okay. Well, it's not how. Okay. Well, I know plenty of other people that that's not the case for. Well, they're wrong.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's not, I can't talk to my folks because everything gets shut down. So I think for
Yeah.
parents, it really is just being open. Especially, and
Communicating.
it's, I think it really comes down to the age of whoever your or like the age of your child. I mean, if it's a young age, the bright side, honestly, with honest like debating transition, this is a kid, it's really easy. Some blockers, you're good, and you get several more years to think about it. Nothing, there's literally zero side effects. There's no harm. You start puberty a little bit later. Okay. Nothing else changes. It doesn't change a thing. So you can give a kid time to really decide, is that what they want? And being able to talk to a professional about it, that because people get into this weird mindset too that professionals are there to prey on children and the trans community, we're trying to convince kids that they're trans. Like, no. I just want to be able to support them if they are, or if they are, to
Yeah.
let them realize that there's options available to them if they are. Um, the truth, I hope they're not, because I hope they don't have to deal with the hell that I have to deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But if they are, they need those outlets. So yeah, I think it's just being receptive, listening, and the older they are, they if they know they're making their decisions, just being open in conversations. And I don't think it's hard to do.
I Wow. Okay. That's really good advice. And I wish your families did that. But anyway, neither here nor there. I'm
Yeah.
just angry. Don't mind me. I want to fight anyway. Um, yeah, I have my aunt, um, her, um, Daniel now. He is Daniel now. And I know she's struggling, and I'm like, I feel like parents are worried for their kids at a young age because they don't want them to regret it. I think parents think they don't know who they really are at that age, and Daniel is 13. 13. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And
I
that's
I w- I want to have a conversation about I don't know how you would regret it if that's something you want to do.
and
But I've
that's
never heard of somebody regretting transitioning.
and
Not
that's
me.
one thing.
I haven't, but
Well, and from my understanding too, and I can't, I don't have numbers offhand for you, but from my understanding, when looking at it, honestly, the science behind it, statistics will tell you that people don't. They really don't. I think of the trans population, it's literally around 1 or 2%, if I remember right, that
Mhm.
come out as like, oh, I actually regret doing this. And half the time, I feel like honestly, it probably should have taken a little bit more support early on and someone to talk to, professional,
Yeah,
just kind of go, here's what I'm thinking, and be able to actually take that and bounce it back and go, okay, well, what, how do you feel about this? Maybe you should try this. And I think it's all it really takes. Because like especially with children, it's
yeah,
because just like to the age of 13, I think it's about where puberty will be kind of setting on. It literally is as simple as just taking some blockers and just giving them, I mean, wait till they're 18, 19. Yeah, I think you can wait till even 20, and there's zero adverse side effects, and it's been done. And that's just one of those things. If they need more time, and it kind of gives them some extra years to think about it before actually going through any of those changes. And yeah, you might deal with a little bit of like, okay, well, I didn't go through puberty already, and I'm in like high school and having to deal with that. But in the end, I don't think that's,
yeah, I'm like,
I
think
don't,
Daniel knows what he wants to do,
yeah.
and you just let him do it. But,
I
oh
think a
gosh, I
lot of,
had a thought. I had a thought and it left my head. Oh, no.
and
Oh,
that's
no, no,
honestly,
no,
it's
it's
a really
very
good thing.
important.
Oh
It was
no.
important. No. Um, oh, got it.
Yes.
Yeah, she struggles with, because Daniel was Emily before. Um, Emily was very girly, didn't show any signs of wanting to transition to male. So that's what I think most parents experience that. And I'm like, well, they maybe they were hiding it because you
Mhm.
wanted them to be girly and XYZ. So this is what Daniel wants to do. Let Daniel
Yeah.
do what he wants to do. but I know a lot of parents, they block it off until they're
Yeah.
18 to let them do what they wanna do.
Yeah.
Um, but
And, it,
that's why
and
we have
it's
wonderful organizations like Trevor Project. I
absolutely.
I I always tell them to or tell parents and all that, like, get educated, take the time to
Yeah,
get educated and talk to
absolutely.
other young trans individuals and understand their stories so you can better understand your baby and what they're going through and what they wanna do. So, that's what I've been telling her. It's been going very
Mm.
well. I'm very happy, and we have a lot of good progress, and she loves Daniel, so that's her baby. Not all
It's good to
parents or
hear.
not all children have that same experience, but
Yeah.
she is trying, and she just wants Daniel to be loved. So,
Mhm.
yeah, shout out to Trevor Project, by the way, and
Mhm.
Trans Lifeline. Okay, shout out to
Absolutely.
them. Amazing organizations, and there's so many more on Tiltify that you can fundraise for,
Truth.
and every single dollar makes a huge difference. Name changing, um, housing for
Name
trans
changer.
individuals. Yep. Um,
I'm still going through the
Everything
name
costs a
change
lot of money.
challenge.
Yes,
It costs a lot of money.
It
Yep,
does.
and especially when trans individuals, they get disowned by their parents and they don't have anywhere to go. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
every amount fundraise is helping these individuals live their life and be safe because I don't want to talk about all the negative. I really don't because
Yeah.
I'm here to uplift y'all and I want y'all to be happy. Um, the world, the world is evil. The world is evil. There's so many trans homeless folks
It's the
in
truth,
this country,
unfortunately.
and yeah, violence, and it's disgusting. And again, I don't want to touch on it. I don't want to talk about it. It needs to be talked about, but
Yeah.
we're just here to uplift and celebrate women today. But it does
Absolutely.
happen. And I want y'all to know it does happen. And that's why we have
It
these
does.
organizations to protect trans individuals because people think a lot of things, but screw them.
Absolutely.
Screw
Yeah.
them. Keep yourself safe though and surround yourself with friends that will love you and protect you too. So,
Always. I've
um,
always said online family is best family. Chosen family,
Yeah.
yes,
best family. Because they'll
yes,
be your family when the others won't. And they'll be there when
mhm,
others won't.
yep,
And it's the truth. And it's a shame. It's a shame we run into that kind of situation where a parent will just be like, no, I can't deal with this. It's too much. Because it's really not that much. I hate to say it's really not that much of a struggle for them because it's really not that hard. Just go, oh, okay, and love them the same. And that's the biggest thing too, because it's easy to get educated. It's easy to learn. And I do want to real quickly just say that, yeah, the funny thing is there are a lot of kids don't show a lot of those signs. Like I wasn't girly growing up because it was just that you don't do that. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll I'll show my southern upbringing. It was the whole thing of I didn't do girl things because you can't do that. That's gay. That's what the environment I grew up on, and it was
mhm,
horrible, but
oh,
that's what
yeah,
I grew up on. You can't do that. And that's the thing is kids would get beat up for being girly. And it's just like, okay, all right then. So I never was. And so I had to deal with that with my folks. And that's kind of what I got to hear a lot of is like, well, you didn't show any signs. Sometimes you can't. You
No.
don't feel like
yeah.
you're allowed to.
You don't allow me to. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
So
You
if they're brave and bold
ugh,
enough to say it, then they've been thinking about it. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna say that's yeah, definitely. It's easy to get educated.
And Frasley, I wanted you to touch on some advice you would
Sorry.
give a parent too.
I'd say let your kid explore. That's what I'm saying. Like let your kid because I your kid knows themselves better than you know them, and it's just it's true. Your kid might be afraid to say anything because like I was afraid to tell any of my family because of exactly how it happened and what happened when I came out. I was everything that happened was what I was afraid of, and it's like yeah, that's why I kept it quiet for so long. And don't when your kid I would even say when you're really vulnerable as a parent, find a support group or somebody. It sounds weird, but don't tell your kid all the things that they're going through until you're ready, until you can get to a place of dialogue, because some of the raw emotion can be hard as a kid. Because I feel horrible. I like that I have caused so much pain for my family, and I do. I feel horrible because it's like I feel like everything was perfect until it wasn't, but I feel like everything was perfect until I said something, and I kinda wish I could have not. It sounds weird. I could have not heard some of the things that they said. So, yeah. And the biggest one I would say, if they tell you a pronoun, use that pronoun, and if they tell you a name, use that name. Because the hardest thing and the thing that will cause more distance between you and your child is every time you insist on a name or pronoun that they don't that's not theirs, you're gonna keep moving apart. I'll say I love my mom, but every time I hear "he," it's like, "Okay, mom, I don't feel. I know you tell me that you love me, but I don't feel loved. I don't feel loved. I don't feel like I've even asked you just to use my name and not any pronouns, and you still can't. It's harder for me to connect with you, and I've been drifting apart. I'm trying to connect sometimes, but no, I'm like,
Yeah.
just you don't have to understand your kid. You don't even have to approve of your kid. I would love it if you did, but you don't even have to approve of your kid. Just accept what they tell you because that's the hardest part. I don't understand being trans all the way. I'm still learning things. I'm always researching myself. I'm always researching people's experiences. Do you
Everything.
think I'm an expert on being trans? No. Why does this work this way? Or like I don't why did my body do this? Or why do I some days feel this way or some days feel this way? I don't know.
Why is the world suddenly so cold and I always need a blanket?
I know. Oh. Why do I hold my boobs when I'm feeling scared now? I do it all the time at work. And I'm
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like be sexual. I'm just like at work, like, I'm sorry, this is makes me feel comfortable.
I love it.
It's true.
It's so true.
Ah.
Oh my gosh. I love
Oh
it. I love you
goodness.
both so much.
I love you guys too.
um, amazing advice, of
Oh
course.
my
I
goodness.
love it. And thank you for just chatting with me today. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to pop in and say thank you because
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
uh, I'm just happy to again listen to your stories and the community is listening and you're probably learning so much along with me chat and this is amazing. This is like one of the best Wednesdays I've had in a while. I don't know if,
Oh,
listen, I don't know if y'all can agree, but this is one of the best Wednesdays I had in a long time. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Thank
am
you.
so inspired to fundraise now. Crap. I need to make time.
It
Darn.
feels. I'm still trying to get ready for
And
May.
yeah.
yeah.
I
Oh
I will
yeah.
say on the fundraising part, I did not start till the 2020. I didn't start doing anything with Tiltify till the 2020 Cause My Cause. Tiltify
Yeah.
makes it so easy to like set up your fundraiser. I'm not trying to
Yes.
sound like I'm selling. Well, I am trying to sell because we're on the Tiltify page, but it's
Yes.
incredibly easy. You find your charity that you want to do. You set up your page. You set the overlay, and like and then it's there. People can donate. I mean, it's like it's incredibly easy, and I love that the money never hits my pocket. It goes directly to the charity. That way, I don't have to worry about.
Exactly.
I will never do the
Absolutely.
sheer bits for this. I'll be like, no, if you donate to the
Yeah.
charity, go to Tiltify, and that's it.
Exactly. Yes. And Frasley, you want to talk about crowd control for a second?
Oh, yes. So one thing that's really cool is if you are a charity that is integrated with crowd control. I raised money for the American Heart Association this last February, and what's so cool is I was playing Skyrim, and I was like, okay, any of these things inside of here, you can donate to it and get some crowd control points. So we're there, and then Ash comes along. and I'm like, "Where's my health going?" Oh, the my health is now down to 10. I'm like, okay, pot. Okay, I'm good. And then I was like, oh no, another potion. So like you
I
like you were so evil there, Ash.
I was very evil. I'm like, for charity.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, it's like Hudsucker Proxy, for kids. But
Crowd control and a Zelda randomizer, 10 out of 10. Oh
oh,
my
That's
goodness.
what
I'm
I
gonna try
do.
it so bad.
oh,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
Number of
setting up.
times you're fine, and then it's the literally. I have Arco to blame there for the no bombs. You'll hurt yourself. Like I need a bomb to open this. No bombs. Go find a bomb. No bombs. Swear on all things holy.
I want to do Subnautica because I saw Jeff Bootleg playing Subnautica crowd control with Tiltify. That's one of my next goals
Ooh.
to do that because like underwater in that game, like literally you're relying on stuff. And even in the non-charity crowd control I've done with Subnautica, my community can be harsh. Oh wow, how much harsher can they be in my Subnautica game? Yeah, again, it's so easy. And like I said, crowd control, it's free to add to your charity, and it's such a fun thing.
Yeah,
Like it changes the game literally.
it
If you
does.
have no planned incentives or milestones, you can use crowd control. If you don't want to buy stuff to have incentives and everything, just use crowd control. Okay, I'm
Yes.
telling
Truth.
you that
It's the truth.
it knocks it out of the ballpark. I did Dark Souls for American Heart Association last month. That was great.
Oh,
That was phenomenal. Um, oh my gosh, the things you can do with Dark Souls, they can make your health 1 HP, um, which is great. They can make your head big, which is really distracting. They can make your body big.
nice.
And they can buff you though. So you can buy some coins to make me invincible, which is always good because that
Yes.
game is hard.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's
no
just
one's gonna do that though. That's not.
No.
they were nice to me when I couldn't beat a
What?
couple bosses. Believe it or not. Chat was nice. So
Shocking.
yeah, so crowd control is great.
That's great.
Please check out crowd control. It has so many games that they're integrated with. Minecraft is one of the
Oh,
best.
Mhm.
I need to do that.
One of the
And
best.
w-
Me too.
w-
Ooh, let's do it together.
yes. Oh,
There you
yes.
go. There you
And
I'm really
go.
bad at Minecraft, but
me too.
for charity, you can spawn a skeleton on me if you want, or a couple
Yes.
creepers. That's fine. That's okay.
Oh, and
Fine.
a free idea to anybody doing horror. I used the Mix It Up bot for Gamers Outreach in October, and I had to do a random scream because I've got like a whole like group of like screams, and I had somebody do it every charity alert with a random scream. Oh, I scared the poop out of me the entire time, and I because they would just come through and be like, ah! So again, I use your alerts, just
Mhm.
I make those part of the experience because then people will just want to cheer just for the alerts. There's so many cool things you can
Exactly.
do.
Absolutely.
Yes. And we have
Absolutely.
we have Jade in chat. Ash, we know how much you like explosions. We got to keep you
Sure.
safe from bombs.
They won't let me have any. So many bomb walls. I'm like, all right, well.
And we also had some awesome people in chat. There's literally no upside to disagreeing with how someone identifies himself. There's
Yeah,
nothing to gain.
No,
yeah.
Hmm.
because
And
they have to live
I'm sorry.
their life, not you.
Hmm. And we had some other comments in here that I wanted to
There's been
highlight.
some really good ones.
That's why I
Yeah.
came out publicly instead of to people individually. I've already
Yeah.
heard, I wish you were straight. The last thing I need is that voice in my head parroting, I wish you were cis. Hmm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have some
'Cause
good
that's
in here.
yeah.
I mean, I wish I was a cis woman. That is one thing
Yeah,
I always wish.
absolutely.
So, but biology didn't agree.
Absolutely. I felt that. At the same time, I guess there's a part of me like I'm not ungrateful for the trans experience because it's
Yeah,
shown me a lot of things in the world.
because
Yeah.
I think I'm a better person in a way because of all the things I've had to go through.
Yeah.
I even I work I work on intersectionality. I've had to really go up against some hard stuff, and it makes me try to be much more receptive to people because I could have probably been a jerk as a woman. I'm just saying, as a cis woman, I might have just
I
been
feel
a.
that.
So it's like I don't know if I like in a way that I've had to go through so much hard stuff because then I
Yeah.
can be there for other people who are going through hard stuff.
That
Exactly.
that entirely. Because there's nothing more special than just someone like coming along and telling you like, "Hey, you've really inspired me a lot," and to be able to face tomorrow, be able to understand and to like come out and do
Yeah.
this and that and
Yeah.
realize who I am. It's just it's just it just gives you so much life. It
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really does.
Your journey is helping others with theirs. So
Yeah.
I have so many stories that I never want to share because it's not my place to share, but so many stories of people that I know who are like, because of you, I am now realizing I'm not cis, or even and again, once this woman said she embraced even more parts of
Yeah.
herself that she wanted to embrace. But I love hearing
yeah,
those stories. I was able to
Yeah.
help somebody that way.
I love it. I'm just so proud of both of you and
Yeah.
happy for both of you because whew, the things you have gone through so far, I'm just like, wow, you're still waking up and pushing
Mhm.
and doing a dang thing as you should be. So I am here to uplift and empower your voices when I can, when I'm not sleeping. Okay. And
Sleep's
drooling
I
good.
on
think that
myself. Lately, I've been drooling, and I don't know what's been going on with that,
Oh
but I'm just
And
tired.
that's a nice bed behind you. Because this is my bed, and I'm getting tired. But that's a nice bed back there.
It's a big queen bed, okay?
Yes.
no.
Yes, yes, and wow, gosh, we are almost up with time.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's
Oh.
been an hour already?
It flew
Really?
by.
Yeah.
Gosh, felt like 20 minutes, y'all.
No, it flew by.
And,
Yeah.
and welcome in, welcome in. Also, make sure you are all following the Twitch channel here. We go live twice a week. You see my face every time, so hopefully you're not tired of me yet. Hopefully, because you're always gonna see
Never,
me.
never could get tired.
Yeah, never. Because
Yeah.
you're always so fun on Twitter and here. You're always just like so much fun. It's such a joy. Like I wish I saw more of your posts. Like I hate that the algorithm doesn't always show your stuff.
It hates me. It hates us all.
It hates us
Fucking
all.
Yes.
Twitter algorithm's bad. The Instagram
Twitter's just
algorithm.
Oh
Instagram is worse. I
how
can't.
God feels.
I
yeah.
can't. But I try. I at least try.
Feels.
Content's there. How good it does, I don't know, but it's there. But I had one last question, my loves. How can cis individuals advocate for you in spaces you're in? And whoever wants to go first. Any, mini, miny, mo. Frasley, boom, there you go.
So I'd say the biggest thing is when you're there, try to not use gender language because you never know if somebody is struggling with like dysphoric thoughts and really try to not assume pronouns on anybody because you never know if that person's a trans man, trans woman, non-binary, cis, and you don't know what they're going through. And if you can really work to do gender neutral language in so many different ways, it can go a long way because some of them might be closeted and you won't find out until much later.
I love it.
That's the truth. Very, very true.
Yep. I am backing that completely. And Ash, did you have anything for us too?
I guess the biggest thing for me is just being open to conversations, especially with someone that you know, if it's a close friend that comes to you and it's just saying, "Hey, I'm struggling with this," not to shun it and shy it away. Just be like, "Okay, let's talk about it." That's the biggest thing because you don't have to be an expert on it. Sometimes it's just hearing someone out and going, "Well, I don't understand what you're going through, but if you're going through that, then maybe you should talk to someone about it." Because sometimes that's all it takes is just getting a little bit of encouragement to just go actually do something. That's what got me to where I am. Just encouragement to like, hey, maybe you should talk to someone professional about this. So that's the biggest thing I'd say is being open and then stand up for, in particular, the I get I don't know how to really word it. But kind of I would say I hate to call it the injustices you see, but that's kind of what it is. it's just when you see the kind of transphobic things that people will say, or just some of the silly things. It's like being self-aware and self-conscious of the things we say, because we all grew up in the age of gaming. We grew up,
Yeah.
of hearing the F word, and not mm, the bad, hearing
That
those
one.
words in gaming,
Yeah.
and just kind of
FG.
like
Yep.
letting it roll off, and just hearing it and being like, oh, whatever, it's just games. Like, kind of being self-aware of just the language that's said, things that are said. And sometimes when someone will say something that's a little wrong, and just being able to stand up and go, hey, that's maybe don't do that. That's not right. Please don't. Just being able to stand up for people. That's the biggest thing I see. Because a lot of times I'll see it in all kinds of weird little corners of just Twitch where it's like kind of sitting in a channel and someone says something. It's like, that's not, mm,
Yeah, and they
that's
just let
messed
it
up.
fly. They just let it go.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Yeah.
like, "No, no, no,
And
we're gonna
that's, I mean,
fight."
that goes honestly not even just on trans issues, but in honor of like the month,
Oh,
honestly, it goes to just women's issues in general. I mean,
Yeah.
we had someone pop in the day like, "Hey, you should go raid my friend." Like, okay, whatever. Well, then some of my community members actually went and peeked over there, and the language that was said, it was just like, this is uncomfortable. This space is uncomfortable.
yeah.
Like,
I
ugh.
always tell my community, I'm like, "If you're telling me to raid somebody, they better be up to par, and
Oh
if they're
Yeah.
not
yeah.
up to par, I'm gonna have a problem with you too, so what's going
And
on?"
this it was
You know how
bad.
I
It was all
fly.
kinds of like just it was,
Oh
I don't want to say
gosh.
dirty language because it doesn't give that kind of vibe, but just like
They're
vulgar and just kind of like, okay,
Yeah,
like
and
this
their
is, I don't want to
excuse
be here.
Yeah, and their
I
excuse is like, "Well, I played Call of Duty all my life, and you
Yeah.
never heard that language in COD lobbies." Dude, we all say it. I'm like, "No, we don't." I played Call of
Yeah.
Duty my entire childhood. I did not say any of those things, and
Yeah.
I didn't
yeah.
let people say it either. Gosh,
That's some
I
weird
good
rancid stuff.
times.
I'm trying to watch my language and not say any of it because it's like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just stuff you're
yeah.
just like, all right, this is kind of cringe. Y'all sound
No,
like 13-year-olds. Like, this is not,
I am I am
uh,
always constantly fighting somebody on a game. In Valorant, whatever it may be. I had a full-on argument actually with somebody,
oh yeah.
and he was very transphobic. Um, and then he kept calling me things. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
anyway,
right. The things that women
I
have to do in gaming. Oh my
Oh, I
god. Voice
know.
comes just speaking once, and it's just okay. Someone
Yeah.
yeah,
help.
but I had a whole argument with this guy the entire game. I'm like, I'm not winning this game for you. Why do you deserve to win? You
Yeah.
deserve nothing
No.
because you're having
No.
a full blown argument about our trans women, and our trans men. Why are we talking about this in
Yeah.
Valorant? Why?
Yeah.
Why are you spewing your hateful crap in my game? And I genuinely was like, "Okay, I don't like you, but why are you talking about this? What do you
Yeah.
have with trans individuals?" "Well, I just think they shouldn't be blah blah blah." I'm like, "But why?"
Yeah.
He had no
And,
cohesive answer. I'm
no,
like,
and they
"You're
never
just
do.
saying crap to say
No.
it because 'cause you're stupid."
Yeah.
I'm like, "We're done with this conversation. You're wasting my time. Have a good day." And
Yeah.
I'm
It's
losing this game on purpose. So that's what you
I love that.
Feels,
I love
appreciate
everybody
You
that.
deserve no wins. I do ranked, but it was worth it, honey. It was
Oh,
worth it.
I appreciate
He doesn't
that.
deserve
Yeah.
it. He doesn't deserve it. I'm
Yeah.
always fighting somebody. I swear, all the time. They even try
Oh,
to
it's the
do a
truth.
little slip up of some stupid language. I'm like, "What did you try
Oh.
to say?" "Oh, well, nothing." I'm like, "Is that in your vocabulary? Why isn't your vocabulary?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
I'm
are you
always
saying
fighting
that?
people. Literally. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
fighter.
No, absolutely. And it's, that's what I love. Anytime you can corner them, be like, no, no, tell me why you feel this way. They never have an explanation.
Yeah.
They
And
Ever.
have no
yeah,
it's just why? Why?
and I'll leave with like one thing I'm seeing in the game space right now, and it just as a transphobic, it's something that's transphobic, and it's a very valid thing that to remove from your vocabulary. Talk of big dick or small dick energy, remove that. That makes so many people dysphoric in so many different ways, and I see that all the time in the gaming sphere. So if you're a cis ally out there, make sure you're not using any of those phrases at all in what you're talking about, because I see it all the time and I scroll by, and if someone says that, I'm like, Huh. Okay. Move on by.
Yep.
I will
Mute
admit
and go
I
on.
have a bad habit of still going back to that, and someone like sort of the troll will be like, "That's small PP energy," and I'm like, I need to stop because it's
I j
truth, and I've had people tell me it's like, dang it, I need to stop it.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a constant battle, and it's one that should be done. It's a battle that should be taken because I know I need to stop.
Yeah. Well, it's hard because you're like, this person deserves it.
Oh,
Because usually if you're
and
saying it, you're
that's
like, they're really crappy people.
yeah,
So yeah, I get you. I get you.
I
Yeah, we do
completely
need
agree
to
with
get
you.
away from it. We do need to get away
Completely
from it
agree.
because we can call them everything else. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the truth. I had
Jerk
plenty of
face.
other things I could have called that Domina Dev.
Exactly. But yes, thank you, Frazzy, for touching on that because that's
For
very, very
sure,
important and that's not talked
for
about
sure.
at all.
Oh,
So if you tweet about that later, I will retweet. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Bet. But I am so thankful for this conversation, and I'm so
absolutely.
happy you had a platform to tell your stories and educate us all. So thank you so much.
Thank
We're
you.
happy to see your journey. Can't wait to see more of it and keep doing the amazing things you're both doing.
Yeah.
Now,
Thank you
let's
to
see.
you, and thank you to Tiltify.
Yeah.
Because
We
I do want
love
to say
y'all.
before we end that just thanks to Tiltify for all that y'all do and making it so easy to fundraise. I remember when I first got into it, I was like,
Me
oh,
too.
this is going to be difficult and this is going to be tough. And it's been
Nah.
seamlessly easy for umpteen years now. And so
Right.
just thank you for that.
Yeah.
Of
It's really
course.
wonderful to have that platform to be able to do
Thank you
that.
for fundraising with us and
Always.
fundraising for causes you're passionate about. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. And we just want to give you, a platform to speak today. And again, thank you for joining me. And
Thank you.
also, we have our Control Plus extension where you can follow both of these lovely human beings on Twitch. Okay. So I believe if you hover over the stream on the right side, you can follow them directly there.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
yes, hit that follow button. Keep up with the content creation, and of course, Frasley doing crowd control things with Skyrim and both of them doing crowd control
Yeah.
things. But
I'll go back to my Zelda
yeah, Frasley
randomizers.
has some incredible reactions. Frasley's laugh is just contagious.
Oh.
It's
Don't laugh, please. I'm gonna keep laughing.
I'm trying not to laugh.
It's contagious. I love it.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and Red said nothing more satisfying than losing a game on purpose when teammates are small minded. No, seriously, I
Yes.
do it every time. It's worth it. I'll get those points back. I don't care. I ruined a horrible person's day. So yes.
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 But I hope you all enjoyed the chat today. It was absolutely incredible, wasn't it? It was
Mhm.
incredible. And again, make sure you're following Tiltify on all socials. We post on TikTok, we tweet, and of course, we go live here twice a week with yours truly. And yeah, we're always chatting about something. There's always a new event coming up with different organizations, and we're always, empowering those that are fundraising. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank
Velvet,
you.
thank you for the command. And again, follow both of these lovely peeps on socials. Actually, by the way, Frasley, can you tell us where we can find you on socials? And
Oh,
if you
sure.
have any last closing words with the community.
Uh, Twitch, I'm FrazleyS. Twitter, I'm FrazleyTastic. Instagram, I'm the Awesome Gnome. I know I should be following the same branding, but these are all different accounts that I made over the years. And the biggest thing I would say, self exploration is something that everybody should do, and
Absolutely.
keep exploring yourself.
I love it. Thank you, Frasley. And we're going to throw it to you, Ash.
Uh, yeah, I'm just Ash versus the world. I think on everything, Twitch, YouTube. Technically, we don't post anything on there. Instagram, Twitter, soon to be TikTok. I got to start actually making content over there, so I have some things to record. But yeah,
Yes.
Ash versus the world and everything. And just, I guess if I close that thing, it's just you're beautiful and amazing. Don't you ever forget it, and don't you dare let anyone ever tell you otherwise. Just be you. There's
Oh,
nothing more
thank you for
perfect than
telling
just
me
being
I'm
you.
beautiful.
You
Thank you for
You
are.
telling me I'm beautiful.
are
No, you. No, you.
incredibly.
No, you.
Our goals. Just saying.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Is this a time for me to take off the wig now and just go? Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Nope, nope, nope.
I
My head is cold still.
I said earlier, I love the ball. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it
You are a
Thank
is.
you.
legend.
You are.
You know, I shaved it so I can grow my hair back and more healthy. And now I'm like, I just want to keep it bald. Screw the hair. I don't need
Looks
it.
so good.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
really
need it.
does.
Thank
So
you.
women with
Thank
shaved head. Oh my god,
Yeah.
it is just.
So
Please step on
empowering.
me.
So empowering. I'm like,
Please just
oh
step
my
on me.
goodness.
I will enjoy every second. Oh,
Now, we need to see who we're gonna raid now, y'all. Who are we gonna raid? Let's find somebody. And
yes.
if you lovelies have any recommendations, let me know.
I got one.
You
Uh,
do? Perfect.
G- G- uh, GAYMINGMAG. We have three lovely individuals who are raising money for Trans Lifeline right now
Oh,
Oh,
that's
on
well,
Tiltify.
perfect.
thank on
There you go.
Tiltify.
That's
There we
perfect.
go. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, we have a control Quinn
Yes.
playing some Fortnite with Mia Bite and Starfall. Love it. Well, let's go give some love, y'all. Are you ready? I'm ready.
Let's do
Is
it.
y'all?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. All right. Here is the link. We're heading over to Gaming Mag. All right. Let's start this read message and command. If I could type, that'd be great. There we go. There we go. All right. Thank you,
Fantastic.
everybody, for tuning in. I really appreciate your time today. And again, Frasley and Ash, thank you so much again because I know you're busy. And thank you for making time for me today
Thank
in a
you.
Thank
community.
you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right, y'all. You copy that rate message. You can use your own emotes or whatever. Just throw some love in that chat. And they are fundraising for Trans Lifeline. They're at 136 out of 200. So let's
Let's
go
do
crush some
it.
goals. Let's go crush some goals. All
All
right.
right.
And last thing, trans women are women. Have a good day.
Absolutely.
Bye, loves.